what is going on, guys? Yeah, I managed to fix the internet, so I thought I'd do another stream. I didn't have the 5 gigahertz on. So yeah, just thought I really want one of these mushrooms. So we're back at this farm. It's like one of the best farms in the game. So join me on my journey and hopefully I'll get lucky. Also get some of them ink drops, but I'm not really farming them anymore as I don't feel there's much point. But if I get some, I get some. I'm really here just for the nodes and one of them rare mushrooms. 2 luminous ink already, bloody hell. They're dropping like flies. Welcome everyone to the stream. Yeah, so I had the 2.5 gigahertz Wi-Fi on, it's just causing a bit of lag. So the 5 gigahertz is definitely a lot better for like gaming and streaming and stuff, so should be all good. But yeah, like I know this is like a super rare drop, but like when you someone's listing it for like, what was it, 279 million gold for a mushroom. Like, are you sure, mate? That's how much they're going for. It's probably a bit overkill, like I said. They're probably more like around the 50 million mark on PC, but it's still cool, you know, nonetheless. You know, there is a few mushrooms as well. It's not just one mushroom. There is a few, so you never know. I thought I'd give a break from the table runner and mirror farming, and I thought I would do a farm of the mushrooms. As I said, you're picking up a lot of materials as well at the same time doing this. But like, yeah, this is like top 5 rarest items in the game probably. So this spot I found is really good. I'm on Firemoth Island. I've got a video guide on this if you need to check it. Nice easy loop. Because the problem with a lot of farming guides or farming videos I find is they're a little bit too complicated and it can put people off. Whereas this one is just super simple. You know, you ain't got to waste time working out what you got to do. You're just straight in, nice and easy. And that's what you need with farming guides. You need just simple routes. A lot of them are complicated, particularly the Craglorn ones I do find a bit difficult. Obviously if you're on PC it's a lot easier because you've got the node add-ons, but us console guys, with my main account, you can struggle. But we'll see what happens, see if we get lucky. I've got Ring of the Wild Hunt on as well. Yeah, I'll have to check what the prices of the luminous ink are. Last time I checked they were down to like 35k on console. So I just feel farming the inks is just a waste of time now. If you get them, you get them as you're just playing the game. But yeah, I wouldn't actively farm them anymore because it's so in abundance now. If you get them, just do what you need to do, gold farming, and if you pick them up, you pick them up. But I think the mob farm is definitely pretty pitiful with the ink drops. You're better off node farming, but like I said, don't actively farm the inks really anymore. You know, they're still going to be worth gold, but where the price has dropped so much, you're better off focusing on another rarer item like I am, and then, you know, if you get them, you get them sort of attitude. A bit like the they're very similar to the potent Nerncrux. That's how I would view them, and that's how I'd value them. They're sort of like, yes, they're always going to be worth money, but I think they're going to drop down to like 15k, 20k, around the potent Nerncrux sort of prices. said, this is just, you do see the odd person here now, but not a lot of people. I don't know what, I've not tried it on PC. I'll have to try it on PC actually and see what it's like. But you don't often see people here, because the only issue with this is sort of like a one person sort of run. If there's another person here, then you're going to struggle. But normally if I see someone else, I'll just leave and do sales. But you don't often see other people, other players anyway here. I said, you just sort of cut off from the mainland. You can farm it around here. I've heard some people have good success around here, but this island I think is the best. So welcome everyone to the stream. I did a stream earlier on the mirrors and the table runners, but yeah, I had some internet issues at the time, and I've been doing a lot of that, and I want to do something just different for a while, just change it up. So I thought I'd do this farm. Said the mud crab chicken are worth quite a bit as well, so that's why I'm hitting the mud crabs. They're worth hitting it all through the way. Picking up quite a few mundane rooms as well. They're worth a bit in stacks as well. Furnishing material. And just use a lightning staff really, just to tag things. I wouldn't really bother tagging that because it's got a bit of high health and it'll just slow you down. So just ignore that. But yeah, it's unbelievable the price of that mushroom polyp goes for. Even the green or blue ones are going to go for millions, but the actual main one, the mushroom polyp, you know, 279 million someone's listed for that. That is just crazy. But I did see another one for 75 million. I think that's probably a bit more realistic. Got to be one of the rarest items in the game. And isn't it fun to try and farm it and get it? You never know. But this is actually a starter island. Could you imagine just doing this starter island, picking up a node and just accidentally, you didn't realise what you had, and then you could have sold it just for like 50 gold to a merchant. That's the only thing that does annoy me about this game. I think if it is a super rare item, it should like stop you selling it and saying like, are you sure this is, you know, special, super rare? But I suppose the odds of accidentally stumbling across it is unlikely, but it's probably happened. What's the rarest item you guys have ever had? At the moment I've got the shivering cheese, the etheric cipher and a volcano painting. So I'm just sort of collecting all the expensive items in the game. Probably not all of them, just like, you know, having a good collection of them. And then any duplicates I will probably start selling. I might start doing this on PC as well. Like, you don't even need to memorise this run, it's just so simple, just running in a circle here, around the outer rim. Don't get much easier than that. And I find if you're like on the mainland of Ardenfell, like trying to find the nodes is quite tricky. Particularly alchemy nodes and plant nodes and clothing nodes, I think they drop off. So you're probably better off here, as they spawn really fast. The smaller the zone, the quicker the nodes respawn. The larger the area, and obviously because Vardenfell is a very large map, they will take like probably 10 minutes to respawn, whereas these respawn in like every 2 minutes, 3 minutes. yeah, any sort of farming, unless you've got a really good route, it's best to keep to a small area. But yeah, I've done a lot of thieving lately, so I thought I'd take a break from that, from the mirrors and the table runners, because I just had no luck. Made a fair amount of gold though through the stealing. Yeah, get some ink drops along the way, but I think I've probably got about 30 now. I haven't even used them, but I will be using the scribing skills soon. Just going to drop a few builds this week, and then I'm going to start doing a couple of builds with the scribe skills. Definitely got a build together for the ganking, for the new scribe skills, and I'll have a build together for the bash build with the scribe skills. There's yeah, some good stuff to come. But yeah, definitely I'll probably drop about two or three builds this week. They've been a bit overdue. Yeah, what's the rarest item that you have found or had? So the majority of the actual rarest items in the game are stolen, apart from this one is an exception, but a lot of the times it's through lock boxes or NPCs that drop the rarest items. But yeah, I'll check the ink I've got. I think I'm probably touching around 30 now, and I said I've not really even been farming them. So I would not be worrying about ink too much. I said, and they're cheap anyway, any ones you need, you might as well just buy at this point. They just keep dropping lower and lower. Every day they're just getting lower, because they're just becoming more and more abundant. I think they're more abundant than even Nerm Crux, but they are of a similar drop and price to them. It's one of them things really, just to forget about ink and just going to pick up along the way playing the game. And obviously if you do need extra and you are short, you know, just buy them in a couple of weeks, and so they're going to be like, on console, yeah, they're dropping to 30k. They probably already are at 30k. PC might be like 100k each, maybe 90k. Yeah, but I mean, I say I've not had any success thieving. I did get a volcano trippy art, Velofi painting, which is probably the rarest painting in the game. So that's probably worth, yeah, a lot. Probably 2 million, 3 million on console, and probably about 20, 30 on PC. But I'm going to hold on to that until I start getting duplicates. I feel like I've got a stolen item, a really good stolen item, so I'll move on to this node farming. Probably going to do this for like a week. And then go back to the thieving again after the event, because I keep getting them parcels sometimes when you pickpocketing, and I thought it gave the Xenophir parcels as well as a stolen item, but it's actually replacing the stolen item. So I'm thinking, like, you know, would it have gave you like a rare furnishing? This gave you a parcel instead, so probably better to wait till the event ends. It should be soon. I don't think it's been a great event anyway. There is better events. The anniversary event was much better. And some people even forgot the event's still going. The Zero Xenophir event. And they don't often drop much off pickpocketing anyway, but they do seem to drop, and I'm thinking, could that have been a rare drop and it's gave me one of them parcels instead? I thought it was going to give you like, yeah, like a, you know, blue or green stolen item and then a parcel, not to then give you one in place. So I'm thinking, nah. And has anyone actually had anything good out of them parcels? I've not seen anything at all really that good. So there's definitely better events. I mean, my favourite events are probably the Halloween event and the anniversary event are probably the best ones. And the one near Christmas, what's that? The New Life Festival. They're probably my favourite. And obviously the PvP ones I do like a lot as well, because you get a lot of PvP players. Yeah, what's the rarest item, guys, you've had? Mine's definitely the paintings. I bought the etheric ciphers because they're cheap at the moment, or cheaper. And the shivering cheese, but again, it's not the most expensive item. I've got the painting is the most expensive. Has anyone got any gold motif books? They're again incredibly rare. I've had a couple in my entire play. Yeah, I just thought I'd do a stream. Make some good gold as well, picking up all this stuff. And the good thing about this farm is, like I said, anyone can access it. You don't even need to own any DLC, because the Vardenfell is included with the base game now, so which is really good. So like I said, if you want to do this sort of farm, anyone can just pick it up and get going. Obviously you want to try and make sure you've got the champion points, plentiful harvest and master gatherer, just to pick up things a bit quicker, but other than that you're good to go. You don't need any special gear or requirements, just a bit of movement speed. Now, I've got the Ring of the Wild Hunt on, but you don't really need it on, you know, and I would recommend a sorcerer because you can streak around a bit quicker, move a bit faster. Just rapid manoeuvre, and streak is really all you need. Yeah, and definitely hit the crabs because the chitin go for a fair amount in stacks. I must get a comment on Nightblade gang. Mage's Guild, I think, is the only skill line I've never redone on another character. Anyway, I've done the Sijic and all the other difficult ones. Yeah, you pick up a ton of silk, which is always worth quite a bit. A lot of plants, a lot of alchemy stuff, a lot of scraps and cheating. So you're going to get the ink drops as well if you got the chapter. And yeah, never know, you might get a furnishing, mushroom furnishing. What's going on, Burzy? Yeah, not too bad, mate. How are you? I did do a stream earlier, but I had to stop it as I had an internet issue. I was stealing, so I've gone. I thought I'd do some node farming, bit of ink farming, bit of mushroom farming. I'm feeling lucky today. But I said, you're going to make probably on console prices, I'm probably going to make like around 80 to probably 100k an hour just through the materials alone. But yeah, I said earlier in the stream that I'm farming the mushroom polyp, or any mushroom that drops here, but particularly the purple one, and someone's listed it as 279 million gold on PCNA. Like, that is definitely the most expensive item ever. But I mean, that is overkill. Like I said, it's probably more in the region of 50 to 70 million realistically sold. And on console it'd probably be around the 10 million mark, I would have thought. But yeah, that's why I'm farming it. It just gives me motivation to farm things when you see them go for big money. I've done a bit of the container farming in the outcasting in the Gold Road, just for a few plans and stuff, and they do go for good money, like $500,000, but they are dropping the Clovian plans. Yeah, I've got some, like I said, I've got some more builds dropping this week. I was going to do it today, but I'm just doing some streams today, but I will be dropping probably about 3 builds this week if I get the time. And then I've got another Warden and a Werewolf one dropping this week. There is another one. How's everyone getting on with the luminous ink drops? As I know some people are still a bit frustrated with it, but like I said, I wouldn't worry too much because the price has really dropped off on them now. You know, when they first come out, people were paying a lot of money and we were selling them for good money, but now, like I said, on console they're dropping to around the 30k mark now. So I'm not actively farming them, even though this is technically farming them, but I'm not. I'm here for the mushroom, or mushrooms, and if I get some, I get some. But I would definitely wouldn't be mob farming purely for inks, because it is not a great drop rate, but on the nodes it's not too bad. So So really, you just want to be farming something else, and then if you get them, you get them as a bonus, sim as an added bonus, not as something to specifically farm. Go Craglong and get your potent urn crux, you might get some ink along the way, or come here, might get a mushroom, hopefully. So yeah, I'll do drop in some more builds. Drop about 3 builds before the scribing. I've got 2 scribing builds to drop and 3 non-scribing builds to drop. So I'm going to drop the 3 non-scribing this week, and then next week, hopefully, because I'm still needing the scripts. It's the scripts that's an issue, because you need certain ones. And there also annoys me about the scripts as well. I didn't realise the scripts are not account wide, so you have to check what skill you want for what character, and then you have to then make sure you use it on the right character. I didn't know that. I thought they were, which I think is a bit cheeky. I think all the scripts should be account wide, so I have to get the certain ones I need. So that's what sort of causes the delay with the scribe builds. But yeah, I've got a bash scribe build coming and a gank scribe build coming. But yeah, I'm going to release about 3 builds with non-scribed skills, and then going to get stuck into doing scribing builds properly. It's just, I think you haven't seen a lot of, I haven't seen a lot of scribing builds. I've seen a couple, but not many. But it's purely because they're just, it's so difficult to get hold of what you need. So it's just going to take time and a few more weeks, or hopefully next week, I will be able to get a first scribing build done. I still can't believe that's been listed at 279 million. I don't know if it's worth that much. I would say around 50 to 70k. It's more realistic to actually physically sell it. I mean, it probably is worth even that, you know, because there's not going to be another one on the market barely, or very unlikely. So you can put the price whatever you want, but whether it's going to sell at that level, I can't see it selling at that level. But I think, yeah, 70 million and below is more realistic for PC and Mushroom, and then probably around 5 to 10 on console. But yeah, I'm glad I got that Velofi painting, because that's going to be worth, they're being listed around 50 million I think PC and A, probably about 3 to 5 on console. The Volcano Velofi painting, I've got that, I've managed to get that out of a lockbox, because I haven't had one in a couple of months actually, and I finally got one. I think it is the best painting out of the 6 I think that drop. I said I will be doing some Tales of Tribune, because I've seen because the thing is, because a lot of people don't do the Tales of Tribune as much anymore, the tapestries are going up in value, but particularly the latest one they added, which is the Forest Wraith tapestry. They changed the name, I don't know why they changed the name in the new Gold Road patch, and that obviously drops from Tribune coffers, and again, because not a lot of people do it, you know, they're very rare. But I actually quite like the Tales of Tribune game. I just don't think the rewards are good enough, but at least now there is a reward that is of, you know, reasonable value. Well, a lot, to be honest, if you get the right tapestries. I think you can also get the dragon blood or whatever drop as well, the dragon alchemy stuff from the coffers, but I think they should boost the rewards a little bit better. I've never seen the mushroom polyp be sold on console. It probably has been, maybe one or two. Just such little data to go on. The rarer items always seem to be a bit more common on PC, but again I just think it's just because there's simply more players, so more items basically. There actually is a jewellery node around there, but I just can't be bothered to go around there and get it. So I think there's 2 jewellery nodes I'm actually not hitting, which probably I should in theory, but the only reason I'm not really bothering is, one, the mushrooms don't drop off jewellery nodes as far as we know. I think it's only alchemy or clothing nodes, so I'm like, sort of specifically targeting them. Apparently they might drop off the I'll show you if there's one. I think there might be one around here, the beetles, but again I don't know if that's confirmed or not. Yeah, these beetles here might drop the mushrooms, but I think you've probably got a better chance on the nodes. Yeah, I think there's a jewellery node around here. Oh no, it's a blacksmithing node. So you can go around and collect them if you want. So there's a jewellery and a blacksmithing node, but like I said, I'm just ignoring them. I know the mundane runes, the rune stones won't have the potential mushroom drop, but I'm just picking them up for the cooters and the mundane runes. But I've nearly completed the gold road, all the quest line and stuff. I've done all the scribing. I've done most of them. I've probably about, like 80% completed. I've done the new trials. I've been doing a lot of. That's why I haven't posted as much, because I've been doing a lot of the actual, just playing the chapter basically, like a lot of people. But now I'm sort of coming to the end of a lot of it. Done all the world bosses, all the incursions, all the delves, all these sort of content. So I probably will have it done within a week or two, and then that'll be the end of the questing and stuff, and then just focusing on scribing and scribing builds, playing about with the system a bit more. By then I'll probably have quite a lot of ink as well, and the ink will be so cheap by then I can just buy if I do need extra. I mean, even if you don't get the mushroom, you're going to get rich doing this per hour. I reckon it's between 80 and 100k gold per hour on console, with all the materials you sell. So like I said, you're going to be, say it takes a month to get this, mushroom polyp or whatever, or even 2 months, you're going to be, if you've done this like nearly every day, you're going to make like 20 million gold anyway, do you know what I mean? Or 10 million gold, a bit excessive, but yeah, like 10 million gold or something. So it's not, this ain't wasted time, from a gold making perspective. If you're just picking up rare stuff. Like I said, the mud crab chitin and the mundane runes itself going to go for good money. The plants go for good money. Ancestor silk go for good money. But yeah, I just thought I'd take a break from the stealing farming, as I feel the event is having a slight effect on the drops in not a good way, unfortunately. Especially if it's replacing. I thought it was, like I said, I thought it was additional, the parcels, but it's actually physically replacing the stolen items or pickpocketing with the parcels, which I don't think is a good thing if you're after rare items. So yeah, what's the rarest item, guys, you've ever found? Like through stealing, or it's normally, I think furnishing is basically the rarest items apart from gold motive books. But yeah, what's the rarest item you've ever found? Has anyone ever found that etheric cipher? I mean, I had to buy it. I don't know how the drop on that is just so stupidly low, and they should be worth so much more because it is such a rare drop. But I think the anniversary event has made them cheaper and stuff, you know. They've been out for quite a while. But yeah, like I played the game for 9 years, you know. I know they only drop on non-DLC areas, but I mean, like, you level a lot of characters and stuff in non-DLC areas like Cold Harbour. Never seen it. I thought, you know what, I'm just going to buy it. You know, initially I was actually ignoring these mud crabs, and I thought, you know what, I might hit that beetle on the way through as well, if I remember where it is. But I can't see it dropping off the beetles. Or if it did, it's probably an even lower chance than a no, do you know what I mean? But probably worth hitting on the way through. I'm just not going to pick up the jewellery or blacksmithing node. But yes, nice little run. I'm not a big fan of the Craglorn runs. But yeah, a lot of things that people forget as well is that visually, and it can be quite straining on the eyes. I know obviously you can turn the brightness down and stuff, but with Craglorn and a couple of the other areas like Bleak Rock and Craglorn, yeah, they're quite bright areas, and it does sort of make your eyes go a bit funny when you're doing a lot of intense farming. So that's something to consider. You know, if you do a lot of farming, that's why I prefer like Cold Harbour, plant farming in the Hollow City, because it's very dark, you know, and that does become a factor on your eyes. Do you know what I mean? Like they can be, like Craglorn in the daytime, even with the settings down, it's quite a bright bleached area, you know, because of the style of, well, the type of terrain. Same with Bleak Rock, it's just bright white. It does, yeah, it can affect your eyes a little bit. So, you know, this place again is easy on the eyes. I know it sounds crazy, but yeah, when you're farming for like 3 hours, it can make your eyes go a bit square. So, I've had no more ink. I've had 2 ink drops so far. I've not had any more luminous. There's the plants looking, yeah, I'm building up the plants quite nicely. Probably got a lot of ancestor silk. Yeah, I'll definitely hit that beetle on the way through from now on, just in case. Wouldn't that be funny though? You're farming all these nodes and it just drops off like a 1 health beetle. But I think people have said it apparently can drop from it, but I don't think there's been any actual confirmed drops of that. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's definitely confirmed drops of the plants. Where's that beetle? It's hard to spot. Where is it? Maybe it's not respawned yet. Yeah, we're going to be doing some more PC streams and stuff. But yeah, I'll probably drop the werewolf, but I was going to drop it today. Yeah, but I thought I'd do a streams. Yeah, I'll probably drop the werewolf build tomorrow. Yeah, I've got another warden build to drop. And yeah, I think it's a sorcerer. Two-handed variant. So yeah, 3 builds I've got, at least 3 builds I need to release. And then I want to get on with the 2 scribing builds I'm dropping. That's 5 builds within like what? Yeah, there's a 2-week window hopefully. What's going on, Hood? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Just farming for that mushroom. Yeah, I said earlier in the stream, the mushroom, I just got motivation again to farm this because someone listed the mushroom in particular, the mushroom polyp at 279 million gold for a mushroom. I don't think it's worth that, but that's the sort of crazy prices people are asking for these things. So I just feel like, you know, when you see things that are worth so much money, you just feel you feel more motivation. Well, I do anyway, to farm things. Like I said, I think it's probably worth around the 50 to 70 million. Yep, 279 million. I did show it on my stream earlier, actually, when I was farming the table runner and that. I got the website up. But yeah, that's what someone's listed, I think 4 hours ago. The mushroom polyp, 279 million gold. I need to do this for PC, holy damn, yeah. You know, and you can get it from doing what I'm doing basically. But like I said, I think it's more realistically worth about 50 million, 70 million on PC and about 10 million or whatever on console, you know. Always slightly less. I think it's slightly, like, usually 3 times less everything is on console. There's that beetle one. It drops off them beetles, I don't know. I'm on Xbox, but yeah, I'd say the price is around 50 to 70 million on PC, and you know, around the 5 to 10 sort of range on console. The mushrooms, but there is not just one mushroom though. There's one purple mushroom that drops off these nodes in Vardenfell, and there's also green and blue ones that are still worth a lot. I think. I still think they're worth in the millions. $270 million on PC for a mushroom is crazy. Yeah, I think that's asking too much. I don't, but like I said, the problem is that there's almost no competition. Who comes up with these prices? I'd hate to see the listing price. What was that? 100k to list it? Yeah, I think that's a bit excessive. I don't think any item's worth over 50 million, 70, you know, 100 million is really going too far. But I could be wrong, you know. I don't. Maybe things have sold for that. It seems a little excessive for a mushroom, but yeah, that's like I said, this farm is probably going to net you like 80k gold an hour, 100k gold with all the stuff you're picking up. and then you've got that lottery chance, and you getting something special. But yeah, I always check that Tamriel Trade Centre if you ain't. Always go on that website, as it'll give you an indication of the rarest items. There's a tapestry, a Tales of Tribune tapestry, which is Forest Wraith. That's going for like 35 million gold because it's so rare, and whereas people have sort of like stopped playing the Tales of Tribune. Yeah, one of the tapestries is going for serious money. Again, I don't know if it's worth that level, probably more like 10 million. I guess, though, some people love the role-playing exclusive items, yeah. At first I was sort of like, oh, I just want the items just to sell. And now I'm like, I've become a bit of a collector myself of rare items. But if I get duplicates, I will be selling them. But, you know, that is asking a lot. But you never know, innit? You've got to be in it to win it. But yeah, I did get a Velofi volcano painting the other day through lockboxes in Vardenfell, and that's worth, I think it's 50 million on PC. I can't remember now, but it's basically the most expensive painting in the entire game. So I've got one. A couple of cooters there, nice. Always need cooters. Yeah, so I've got that Velofi volcano painting. It's amazing that across all platforms, it's probably the same person on PC, Xbox, PlayStation. They sell and buy these exclusive items. Yeah, it probably is. I don't think there's a lot of people into it too much, but then again, it's because it's not accessible to a lot of players, is it? You know, like if you want to buy a 10 million gold item, do you know what I mean? How many players have actually got 10 million gold? You know, so it's you know, it's a select sort of players are doing this. But I still feel like, you know, even if you haven't got a lot of gold, it's worth taking that chance, as you might get something good, you know what I mean? And then sell it to them, even if you're not interested in the items. Because initially I wasn't interested. I was just like, I'm here to sell, that's it, make gold, bye bye. But I think I will keep hold of them until I start getting duplicates, as if that's even possible. I mean, some of the items you probably never get duplicates. I'm flat out trying to get 100k, let alone 1 million, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the easiest way is probably just node farming. I mean, the quickest and simplest and easiest way, if you really want to do it, is purely just go Cold Harbour, Hollow City, and just farm the plants there. Within about 2 hours you're going to make about 150k gold. On PC you can probably triple that. So it's probably the fastest basic farm, but at the cost of not really getting any rare drops. You'll get ink obviously, but that's about it. So that's why I prefer this sort of farm, because you can just get it. But I'm always desperate for gold on console, where I do a lot of builds and stuff, so I'm always forever upgrading stuff and buying stuff, so I need the gold. But I probably might start farming this stuff on my PC account. If that shroom beetle drops it, it's going to be absolutely insane. If I did sell that mushroom, I wouldn't have to do another dungeon or grind for gear again. You just pay someone to craft it. You have that much money to do anything. Yeah, exactly. Like, even if you're not a collector, like, you know, you get that one drop. then you're pretty much sorted. Do you know what I mean? For like years of playing the game. That's what sort of motivates me to try and farm these rare items, because you know, that one jackpot and that's it, isn't it? You're sorted. But like I said, I've got the Shivering Cheese, the Etheric Cipher, the Volcano Painting, and I think I've got another rare item somewhere as well in the chest. So I've probably got like 10 million gold's worth of stuff already on console, that is. But damn, do they make these drops? But you can see why they go for so much, because the drop rate is just so ridiculously low. You know, I'd hate to know the drop rate on the mushroom, the purple mushroom in particular, on these nodes. It must be like 1 in, I'd probably say 1 in 20,000, maybe a little bit higher. Yeah, I've not really had a lot of luminous ink either. They just seem to be to me, like the Nern Crux. You can run around for an hour and you might get none, or you can run around for an hour and then you might get about 4 or whatever. You know what I mean? They're very similar to that, and I feel they will be a similar price range when it all stabilises, because they just keep dropping.
No.
I mean, at the moment, I think the potent Nern Crux on Xbox EU, they go for like 20k, 25k, and the ink are pretty much of that, almost, give or take 5k. So, like, they ain't going to be crazy expensive, do you know what I mean? And you only need 3 to craft a skill, so they should be alright, you know, as a couple more weeks wear on. Just if you come here, just don't rescue the people, because if you rescue the people and complete the quest, then you won't be able to come back to this island. I made a gross necro tank today. Yeah, I mean, with the scribe skills as well in particular, I know people are sort of putting together some good necro stuff, because the scribe skills are sort of gap fillers, so really hopefully that will help necro out. I've got a message saying I'm exploiting and hacking. Yeah. When people can't work out what you're running, then they just straight to cheating. You're cheating. It's like, no, maybe someone's just actually used their brain, you know, and put together something really good. It sounds really interesting. A necro tank. Was that using the is it Colossus Ultimate? No, Bone. I forget what it's even called now. The Bone Tyrant morph. Yeah, I wish I had gold rope, but I don't want to spend money on here. So yeah, it's a two-edged sword, really, isn't it? But when people say, because a lot of people have been saying it's pay to win the scribe stuff, it's well overtuned. I mean, it is in places. And do you need gold road to still be competitive in PvP? No, it's not. You know, will it give you a slight edge? Maybe. But, you know, there is a, you know, you can get it on the sale anyway. Just normal necro skills pre-scribing. Yeah, I mean, like I said, really, the scribe skills, a lot of people think saying they're overpowered. I mean, they could be opening the door to some potential exploits, or, you know, a little bit overtuned. And yes, the Goliath form is the key element. Yeah, brilliant. I do like that ultimate. But the scribing skills are more gap fillers. Like a necromancer, they lack a lot of the buffs, you know, so you can scribe a skill to fill what you need. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, I really wish it had minor brittle, or, you know, minor breach, or whatever it is you need. Do you know what I mean? Then you can just add that as a skill to what you need. So they're more gap fillers in the build. You know, what is my build missing? And then oh, do you know what? I'm going to scribe a skill, and then fill in what I need. That's what they're really more for. And it's like the bash build I'm going to bring out. You know, the scribe skill is going to add another 300 bash damage. Is that really going to make it overpowered? No, it's just going to give you a little edge, you know, but it's not really. From what I've seen, there isn't really anything paid to win. I know there was a scribe skill that was healing far too much, and healing is a problem in the game anyway, so I can see why that was nerfed. Scribing seems very helpful for one bars, can make a pre-open soul build before they nerfed it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, scribing really shines on things that are where you're limiting yourself. So like an open soul build, you're limited to one bar, so again, you might be able to find a good skill that's gonna, you know, I hate running Vigour, because just for minor resolve, so you can make a skill that's better than Vigour with minor resolve, do you know what I mean? So, or werewolf build, well, werewolves actually unfortunately can't do scribe skills, but I mean like necromancer again, or lacks a lot of buffs, so it's just putting it on builds that really lack something. Bash builds, you know, lack a lot of things. There could be a good sustain skill, so that's where the scribing is really going to shine, is just adding that thing. Oh, there's another 2 luminous ink finally. Yeah, it's just adding that little extra that you're missing. And you know, we're on like full-blown 2-bar meta builds. I don't know if scribing is really going to have a place. It might still, but I don't think it's really going to be as noticeable on, like, you know, full-blown meta builds. But it's still too early to tell. Vigour is 100% uses, but is needed. One spot that could be used at another damage skill. Yeah, like I always slot Vigour on Oaken Soul builds, because Oaken Soul doesn't provide minor resolve, so I always have to slot Vigour, you know, just for extra armour, and you feel like, I wish I could just put something else on. So the scribe skill, you can scribe your own damage skill, or what, another type of skill, and then get your minor resolve added on top, do you know what I mean? So definitely going to be dropping Vigour, hopefully, on a lot of the 1-bar builds. And like I said, yeah, if you put like a necromancer build together and it's really lacking that one buff, or, you know, a couple of things you really need, like off balance or anything, you know what I mean? Like, then you can, you know what, I'm going to craft a skill for my necromancer, you know, just to sort of bring it, round it off really. And there is a good ganking scribe skill that I want to use as well, but again, I just need to get the scripts. The thing is, everyone says scribing is overpowered, but everyone has access to the same skill, same drops, but it comes down to certain play styles. Yeah, I mean, I think my issue is that I think the chapters are too expensive for what they are. I feel they should be a bit cheaper to make them more accessible to players, but you can just wait for the sale and save some money. but I don't specifically buy the chapters just to have an edge in PvP or access to the latest stuff. I also do enjoy the game, do you know what I mean? So like any new content I'm going to buy it anyway. That's why I haven't been posting as much recently. What is it, $80 for a DLC add-on? I don't know what's in American money, but it was 33 quid for me, £33. So, which is that's the price nearly of a full-blown game. And their argument is it is a full-blown game, whereas I don't know about that. But it's a big add-on. But like I said, I normally buy them in the sales. I used to buy them in the sales, and now I just get them when they release. But yeah, I just like the new zones, somewhere new to explore. I'm Australian. Yeah, I wouldn't have a clue. I wish I was in Australia. Mind you, it feels like I'm in Australia at the moment with the weather so hot. Yes, but I just think they should. The Gold Road chapter is one of the better chapters, definitely. Even if it hasn't added a new class, but the new system is quite good. It's just a bit grindy. But again, I think it's people got frustrated because they want to rush it. Do you know what I mean? Like I haven't been rushing the Gold Road. Yes, I could have probably knocked it out in like 2 nights or whatever. But I've just been taking my time, enjoying the chapter, enjoying the quests and stuff. I've been zooming a little bit, but not massively. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna rush through the chapter just to pump out builds and that. I still want to enjoy what I've paid for, and then pick up the luminous ink along the way. And then by the time I'm ready to then start scribing the skills, which will be probably in 2 weeks' time or a week's time. I have enough ink to do what I need to do. And, still need all the scripts and stuff. I wonder how many mud crab chicken I've got. I must have quite a few now. Let's have a look. I don't even know where the mud crab chicken even are. I could have just typed it in, to be fair. Oh, I missed it. I'm picking up quite a few mundane room, which is good. I've had quite a lot of cooters. 14 cooters, yeah. I mean, you're always using them things, so any of them is welcome. Oh, I know where they are, in the alchemy, aren't they? Mud crab chicken. 122, that's not bad. I always wait a month or two after it comes out. As you said, people are selling ink. I was in Gratwood today, people are selling them for 17k a pop. Getting the scripts from dailies is fine. Yeah, just yeah, like I said, the ink is going really cheap anyway, so it's nothing to stress over. Any ones you do need are not going to really cost a fortune. Like I said, I just sort of see it as, I'm making a build. Oh, do you know what? I need a potent Nerncrux. Do you know what I mean? Might go and buy one. Might cost 20k, 30k. Do you know what I mean? I know you might need 3 for a scribe skill, but that's what I think they're going to be like. They're not going to be an issue. So over time, you're just going to have quite an abundance, unless you're someone that's going to be making like 30 scribe skills. Really, really maxing that system. A general player might use the odd 1 or 2 skills per build. You know what I mean? You're not going to need tons of ink. Just play the game and you'll rack them up anyway. Getting the scripts from the daily is fine, yeah. So I mean, the quickest way is just do a fighters guild, mages guild, undaunted, daily dungeon and daily battlegrounds. That's the quickest way. Do them 5 things and you're going to rack up all the scripts quickly. But what I didn't realise is that the scripts are not account wide. So I was using them all on my main character, and yeah, I was using them all on my main character, and then yeah, they're not account wide, which is a bit annoying. Does anyone know what that is in the bottom corner? I keep getting this thing coming up saying like it's like a grey square in the right corner, bottom right corner. It's coming up like Sin Deck or something. I don't know what it is. I thought it was the voice chat. It's not. I think it's very limited to certain skills that can be scribed, and it's only around 10 or so, I think, that can be modified. Yeah, like it's not. I think there's quite a few variations, but yeah, there's not a great deal of skills anyway. I know the Fighter's Guild one is a good one to have on because you could modify that. I mean, it's the torch one, and then you know you're going to get the 3% extra weapon damage from having a Fighter's Guild skill slotted. So there's definitely some things that's going to help you out. But yeah, I really need to start looking into it after this week once I get the scripts and stuff. And what I need is just all random drops in it, which is making it difficult. And once you got them, you got them, but yeah, you need to make sure you got them on the right character, which I didn't realise. I think I put a load on this character, which is a PvP character, but I need to make sure I'm using the right script on the right character. Forgetting to hit this beetle. I must hit this. Where is it? Oh, it's not respawned. Your DK bash builds with scribing will be interesting too. See the 2-bar one. Yeah, I mean, like I said, there is a good scribing skill. I did do a video on it on the bash build, and it adds going to add 300 extra weapon damage. It's going to immobilise the enemy, the shield throw, knock them off balance. It's basically going to be a replacement for the Dragon Knight Fossilizer, or whatever it's called. So I'm going to swap it for that, and then you're going to get extra damage. 1 bar, yeah. So there's definitely scribing's good for the bash build. Scribing's good for ganking as well. There's another powerful skill, so I'm going to be adding them. It's just the scripts in it. It's just annoying. I wish it would have made it that once you complete the scribing quest line, which is long enough on its own, do you know what I mean? And then you know, you get access to all the spells and the scripts. But so then having to then farm them on top is a bit of a nightmare. And then, you know, even then I can still look past that and say, look, I'll do it. But then, so then you have to rebuy and re-farm everything on every character. I think is a step too far. It should have been account wide everything. Another 2 limb, I think that's 16 I've had, I think, so far. So yeah. Don't think I've had any mushroom drops. Nope. You made a 1-bar ranged bomber build. You making? I did have a. It was quite a while ago. I was putting together a 1-bar bombing build. As really the difference between damaging a 1-bar and a 2 bars is negligible, and I know. And then I sort of held off because then you know, people have been making sort of scribed bombing builds. So my sort of plan moving forward, hopefully, is to make a 1-bar bombing build with scribe skills. You know what I mean? So that could be very interesting. So there's plenty to keep me busy. But it's just annoying that what's holding the scribed builds are back, and that's why you don't see a lot of scribed builds too much. I've seen some, but not loads. It's because it's just getting access to them. And I just feel like when you should complete the quest line, you know, you shouldn't have to then grind for the scripts. I mean, they do drop fairly easy, but it's just the sheer number of them. Yeah, I think that's what I said again. You said 1 bar bombing build. You know what I mean? With scribing, you know, it benefits. 1 bar builds are definitely going to benefit from the scribing system. Probably more than what a 2 bar one would. But again, it's still early to tell how far the scribing will become. You know, and plus they're going to be obviously adding more scribed skills. Sooner or later, Zos will put them in the crown store. 3k pop per skill or 1500. Yeah, they probably will. Give me my mushroom. Come on, at least give me a green or blue one. I'd be happy with that. Yeah, the ink, got a fair amount of ink now. Like I said, I haven't actually used them yet. Wherever they are, they're always hiding. They are 29. I've probably got, I think 10 or whatever from just doing the quest line. But yeah, if you're a big node farmer, you've got no worries, you're going to rack them up quick. And like I said, and if you are missing them, the prices are so cheap now. Did it say what exactly you have to farm or location varies? What, for the scripts? If it's for the scripts, yeah, you have to farm specific things, like only the Mages Guild will drop certain scripts. Fighters Guild will drop certain scripts. PvP rewards drop certain ones. You also get some free ones, apparently. Just by running around picking up the locations, but I haven't even done that yet. Like I said, I was still just finishing off the Gold Road quests and stuff, and then yeah, I'll be hitting the build stuff more. I'm going to try and release the werewolf build today if I can. Oh, for the mushroom. What does it exactly say I have to farm for the mushroom? Yeah, so again, the data is very, very limited because it's such a rare drop. But with the mushrooms, there's not just one. Like I said, the purple is worth the most, but there's also blue and green mushrooms. Maybe about 8, I don't know. But they should drop off the clothing nodes, i.e. Ancestor Silk, or any alchemy nodes only. But there has been reports they drop off them little beetles that you can just bash and they die instantly, but again, I think that's unconfirmed because there's just such a rare drop, but people have confirmed they drop off the nodes. So that's why, and this is mostly alchemy nodes I'm picking up. That's why I'm not picking up the ore or the jewellery ones. yeah, I've had about 6 luminous inks, so yeah, just node farming is just easy peasy with them. From my experience, I know some people have still struggled to get them. See, these shroom beetles, apparently the mushrooms can drop off them, but I don't know. More likely off the nodes, I suppose. They're not going to drop off the rune stones, but I'm just picking them up along the way. But yeah, this is definitely one of my favourite node farming spots. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Craglorn because of the visual and sort of the bleached landscape and sort of irritate your eyes a little bit. Probably easier on PC because of the add-ons, but it does sort of give you a bit of, if you have it too bright, even with it down, I said it's just the type of terrain. Same with Bleak Rock, because it's pure white on your eyes all the time. It sort of make your eyes go a bit funny. So here and Cold Harbour, it's always sort of dark and dingy, so it's easy on your eyes. But yeah, Cold Harbour, plant farming, and this are my probably 2 favourite ones. Red meat. Just realised I got the wrong earphone in. Right. Yeah, the luminous ink to me, they're similar to the potent Nerncrux. Do you know what I mean? The way they drop. Similar sort of style of drop. And that's why I think they're going to be a similar sort of price. Maybe even cheaper than potent Nerncrux, because the potent Nerncrux obviously only drop in in Craglorn, whereas the ink can drop anywhere. And to be honest, I think that might be a slight mistake on their part, because there's going to be so many, you know, within a month there's going to be so many about. You know, if you need any spare ones, they're just going to be cheap as chips. Cheap as chips. But yeah, I'm halfway through the main storyline on Gold Road. Yeah, I've pretty much done a lot of it. Just the quest I've got to finish up, and the main quest. But yeah, I've got to start farming for them scribes, get stuff. I want the scribing scripts. I've got quite a few, but you know, I know there's a lot of variations, and I don't think I've got the ones I want. But you can buy them though, which is good. So I'm hoping just to buy them once they all go down in price, if I'm missing one. So yeah, that's the beetles that keep spawning. I've killed quite a lot of these. Even on the main map, you'll find a lot more on the main map, but like I said, yet to see anything drop from them. I don't know if it is confirmed or not, if the mushrooms do drop from them. But yeah, thank you to everyone that's tuned into my stream so far. But that's pretty much the goals of most of my streams, is to sort of show you good spots to farm stuff, what to be looking out for, what to be farming, you know, from a gold making perspective. And you know, like from also do PvP streams, you know, how to play PvP. It's just a really good spot because the nodes just spawn so fast, even though, you know, I'm pretty much max speed and streaking. The nodes are still pretty much respawned by the time I've got round again, so it's just nice, consistent. I have to try and get round a bit quicker. But again, like, you know, I've killed a lot of ads, no ink drops, but from the nodes I've had 6, so Yeah, sometimes you might see the odd player here, but they're probably not farming. They might be just like a new player because it's a starter island. But yeah, just don't complete the quest, as you'll lose access to this island, and you'll have to use another character. So but if you do accidentally rescue, because I did that once or twice, I accidentally rescued a couple of the slaves, just abandon the quest basically and restart, because it will, you can't undo what you've done. So the second you get access to this island, then leave it at that. Do not touch any of the slavers or rescue them. Sorry, left to get a drink, got distracted. Yeah, I'll probably have to get one soon and all. Yeah, so just don't come. The quest is breaking through the fog. So it says rescue 4 slaves. Do not rescue them. Just completely ignore the quest. Do not abandon the quest and do not complete the quest. And then you'll be fine. And you can stay in here indefinitely. Oh, I've got maxed inventory now. It's about time. Can I even summon a merchant? Yes, I can.
Care to bargain?
Where's that beetle? But yeah, that's the problem with some of the gold farms, is you might need the DLC, because this one, you know, Violentfield's been added to the base game. Anyone can come and do this farm. Everyone's got access to it, which is really good, because obviously the Somerset ones are brilliant, but obviously you have to have the paid, you know, DLC for them. You know, same with the gold road farms, you know, they're nice, but again, not everyone has access. So it's nice to see an item that's super rare that everyone can basically try and get. But yeah, it's not too bad, 6 inks on these nodes. Definitely not from any mobs that I've seen. They've only dropped from the nodes, so like, they do drop from mobs, but it's just such a small chance on the mobs. Hey Gloom, have a good stream. Hope I catch that next stream where you getting the mushroom and 270 million. Yeah, cheers. Let's hope one day. like I said, you know, you're never walking away empty-handed from this anyway, because you know, you're still making a lot of gold per hour with all the drops. Still can't believe it's been listed at 279 million gold. That is crazy money. Maybe unrealistic, but it's crazy nonetheless. It would be funny if it does drop off one of them beetles. I'll be so surprised if it does. But yeah, might be a chance of getting some more luminous ink. I'll have to check what the prices of them at the moment are. But yeah, last time I checked they were around 35k, which was a couple of days ago. So I bet they're about 30k now on console. So they're really getting into the sort of cheap territory. Yeah, I'm thinking about selling all the Ancestor Silk raw rather than refining it for wax. Let's see what the prices are. Columbine, that's the plant you really want. It goes for ridiculous money in stacks. Oh, another luminous ink. So that should be about 30 I've got now. What mushroom? It's the mushroom polyp, which is a purple mushroom. There are green and blue ones that are still going to be worth millions. But the actual purple one in particular, one is listed at the moment on, I think it's on PCNA for 279 million gold. And there was another one for 75 million gold, which I think is a bit more realistic. But yeah, basically they're going for obscene money, and it's the mushroom polyp, purple, a furnishing. So that's what you want to be. It's like the rarest item in the game, you know, or definitely probably the most expensive. Even more than the paintings in Velofi paintings. because they're just such an hard drop to acquire. But yeah, I think there is a total of about 6 or 7 actual mushroom furnishing drops on the nodes in Vardenfell. But yeah, in particular, the purple one will be worth the absolute crazy money. The others are probably worth millions, or you know, like a couple of million. Wonder how much on PS5 NA. The thing is, like I said, because they're so rare, there's very little data on them. It was only till recently they was even confirmed to even exist, I think, like a year or two ago, because there just simply wasn't any data of where they even dropped or if they even dropped. But on console, I would estimate if you had a mushroom polyp, you know, the top one that drops off the nodes, I would estimate between 5 to 10 million is a realistic price for them. I mean, they might even drop off these little beetle things, but that's not confirmed. But they've definitely been confirmed to drop off alchemy and plant nodes. But obviously that's the problem with rare items, there's such little data to go on. But they are confirmed drops on nodes, I'm sure. But yeah, console for the purple one, mushroom, is probably between 5 and 10 million. And on PC, you're looking at sort of like 50 million plus. I got the Khajiit Enchanted Brazier sold for 10 million. Yeah, apparently that was nerfed. I'm going to have to look into that again, because I'm sure there was a video, I'll see what I say, where recently they had nerfed the Khajiit Brazier and it was going to drop more often. But the prices are still holding, they're still selling for good money. So I'm going to have to look into them Khajiit Braziers. I can't remember where they even drop it. It was from like a daily quest or something. But I'll have to look into that, because I stopped looking into it when apparently it was nerfed. It was easier to drop or something. Same with the banners. You know, the banners were shadow nerfed or something to drop more commonly. And I thought, oh, that's the end of the banners. But even the banners, the 6th house banners, they're still going for good money. Yeah, it's a daily quest. Yeah, I can't remember even what daily quest it was for. But yeah, I'm definitely going to look into that, because the prices are still good on them. And they said they were going to drop off and be more common. Same with the A-lid bookcases, I think the cluttered bookcases or whatever. Apparently they were easier, now they're still going for good money, they're still rare. But yeah, I've seen a few of them braziers go for good money, and I'm thinking, I swear they were nerfed. But obviously not properly nerfed, because they're still rare. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what daily quest it even is for. Was it something in Gratwood? Why do I have a feeling it was up here somewhere? It's been like a year since I've looked into the braziers, so yeah, I'm definitely going to have to revisit that. I haven't bought Gold Road yet. Are you enjoying it? Yes, I was thinking of doing actually a review on the Gold Road, as a lot of people have been moaning about it, as it's too grindy. I've quite enjoyed it. I think the quests are quite good. I think it's definitely one of the better chapters. But I think what people were saying, oh, it's not that good, is because people are trying to rush through it. You know, just enjoy the chapter. Don't rush into the scribing system. You know, it will all come within a month or two of just questing. So I've just been enjoying the quests. I think it's a good zone. Better than Necrom. I didn't enjoy Necrom and Apotheka that much. Definitely one of the worst ones. The only thing that was good was the new class. But yeah, I quite like Gold Road. It's just on the grindy side, but you know, it's not to be rushed. Do you know what I mean? Just enjoy the content. Don't rush it, because that's where I think the frustration's coming from, because a lot of the quests are very, very long-winded. So just enjoy the quest, innit? You know, try not to rush it. I like the world bosses, I like the style of the zone, I like the wandering boss, the Minotaurs are really good. See, it's a good DLC. It's a bit buggy. There's a couple of bugs here and there with the incursions, you know, like the dolmen style things. There's a few bugs here and there. I think there was a bug on one of the public dungeon bosses in Cylon. So yeah, there's a few issues, but on the whole, I think it's pretty good. Yeah. But the scribing system was a bit... the scribing quest line is where the real people are really moaning that it's too grindy. I don't feel that it's grindy, it is long. The only thing I don't like about it is just having you jump all over the place, just like the Sijic line. I enjoyed more the riddles and the sort of the thinking part, whereas a lot of it is go A to B, go A to B. Do you know what I mean? And it does get a bit annoying, but the quest line itself is good. The storyline and that. I just think, yeah, just don't. You know, it's yes, very much pull, go there, grab that, go there. But yeah, there's some riddles and good stuff in it, which are quite fun. You know, where you've actually got to think and work out what's going on, rather than just sort of speed running from point A to point B. How's the scenery? Yeah, I mean, I like the Gold Road style. It's a good area visually. I like the wood elf stuff. Do you know what I mean? You haven't had a lot of wood elf content. Is it wood elf? Yeah, wood elf. Bosma. I find the Skingrad city a bit underwhelming compared to the one in like Oblivion, but I might just be having a bit of a nostalgia moment there. But yeah, the region's very varied, very active. There's a lot of fun stuff to do. The trial was actually quite tricky on normal. I'm not a big trial person, as people know. I do like trials, but I just find the veteran ones a bit too much of a 5-hour commitment, and they can go really sour. I have done some veteran ones, but yeah, I've done the normal one, and it was a really good trial. Really fun. I like the bit at the end where you've got to run through with the orb. Really good. But yeah, it was definitely like, there was a few one-shot mechanics even on normal mode, which surprised me. So it was a bit challenging even on normal, so God knows what the veteran mode must be like. Probably be a step too far for me. But yeah, the trial was really good. I wonder how many trials are in the game now. There must be quite a few. But yeah, I would like to do more veteran trials. I just find them can sometimes be a really big commitment, as they can go on for really long, and I just find them too hard. I mean, I can do veteran dungeons and stuff, but the veteran trials, I think I've completed the veteran halls of fabrication. I keep coming back to the more of Lockhedge one, and trying to do that on veteran. I keep thinking, oh, it's quite an old one now, it'll be easy, but it's just too much for me. Them twins on veteran mode are just something else. They really are. You know, you can't put one toe out of line and you just, that's it. You know what I mean? You're gone. You got veteran maelstrom. Yeah, I've done that a lot of times. I remember the back in the day struggling with it, but I can do veteran quite easily now. Even before heavy attack builds, I think I managed to do it a few times. I've done I've done all the veteran arenas, veteran Dragonstar, veteran Maelstrom, veteran Vatashran, but it's just the trials, and it's a shame. I do really like the veteran trials. I just find them too hard. I mean, how I done veteran halls of fabrication, I do not know. But the ones I'd really like to do is, yeah, the more of Lockhedge trial on veteran, and the Cloud Rest veteran. And it's the two skins I want, but they're just too hard for me. Hopefully one day I'll look into them and try them again, but I've been in that more of Lockhedge about 3 or 4 times and thinking, you know what, surely it's easier now, and it's just so hard. So hats off to anyone who's done them. They are not easy trials. So yeah, veteran trials, I've done a lot of like the base game ones, you know, like the was it Ethereum Archive, or I forget what it's even called now. Ethereum Archive, you've done that veteran. There should be 2, shouldn't there? Hellra Citadel, I've done veteran, and Sanctum Ophidia, I've done veteran. You done Sunspire yet? No, I haven't. Again, it's just too hard. I really want the skin as well. Like, so we've got really good skins in them, but I'm trying to think of, yeah, so the only veteran trials I've completed is, yeah, the only DLC one as far as I know is the Halls of Fabrication. And I've done all the Craglorn trials on veteran. But that's about as far as it's gone, unfortunately. They've got to increase the drop rate of the luminous stuff. Been planned since Goldworld dropped and did all the scribing quests and nothing. The only one I do have are the rewards for the quest. Yeah, it's a shame that you've had struggle. I've really not struggled at all. Are you doing a lot of node farming? Because I've had like, I think 7 on this stream. Just from node farming. But yeah, don't bother with mobs if you're really hell-bent on getting the luminous ink. Don't bother with mobs, because I've had probably about 3 or 4 off mobs, and I've had about 40 off nodes, maybe, wherever they are. Where's my ink? There you go. Probably had about 10 of them from the quest line. But yeah, nodes are just definitely your best bet if you want to get the drops. But like I said, the price is dropping to a ridiculous point now, where they're just really cheap. So that, you know, they're like potent Nurncrux prices now. So if you are missing the odd 1 or 2 or whatever you need, you're better off just buying them. I mean, you could literally plant farm for 100k gold an hour and then just buy like 3 or 4 of them, you know, if you don't want to farm them. But node farming is definitely the best, without a doubt. So good luck, and hopefully you'll get some more drops. But yeah, you don't get a lot from mobs though. That's very misleading though, what they said. The drop rate seems to be much lower on mobs. I have had some, but yeah, definitely not a lot, and the majority's been through the quest or the nodes. Mate, I had no furnishings yet. Oh my god, I had nothing. I've had a crafting, mate. That's not too bad. And where's them beetle? There is a beetle somewhere here. Have I just killed it? But yeah, I'd really love to do more veteran trials. They're just such a long commitment, because I think I was in like the Moor of Lockhadge one, and it just went on for like 3 hours, and you could just see we was just getting nowhere, and I just thought, nah, it's too much. I mean, veteran dungeons I like because even though they're still difficult, you know, like the DLC ones, they don't go on normally for more than an hour or two. But when it starts stretching into like 3 or 4, you know, even beyond that, and when I done the Halls of Fabrication, that went on for like 3 hours, and we did finish it in the end. But I thought, wow, I don't know if I'm going to do these anymore, and it's a shame. They're just too long. But yeah, I'd like to do the two. I'd like to do the Cloud Rest one because I know that's not long. That's just like a short one. But it's just very hard, isn't it? I think Cloud Rest is quite hard, and I do want the skin from there. The purple skin's really nice. So I failed at doing Cloud Rest on Veteran. I failed at the Moor of Lockhadge one, Veteran. And then I think the final one I failed was the Sanctum. No, what's the Clockwork one? Yeah, the Asylum Sanctorium. Again, I thought, oh, because that's an older one, it'd be easier. But again, couldn't do that on Veteran either. So yeah, the DLC trials are just a little bit too much for me. But yeah, I'm hoping to get some more of them done. But yeah, like all the Craiglawn ones I've done, and I really enjoyed them. The easiest Craiglawn trial is probably the Hellra Citadel. I think a lot of people have done that who like trials. It's probably the easiest. Then the Etherean Archive, the mage one's probably the next easiest. And definitely the Sanctum Ophidia one is the hardest of the 3 Craiglawn trials in my opinion. But yeah, I'll definitely release that build tomorrow. Shroom Beetle, come on, furnishing plan. Oh, I thought that was one then. Oh, furnishing mushroom, no. But I'll definitely should be releasing my werewolf build tomorrow, which is really good. And then I will be releasing a few more builds I've got in the pipeline. I've got 3 I've got to release, and then I'm doing a couple of scribing builds, providing I can get the scripts that I need, as they can be a bit challenging to get hold of, can't they? You know, I was happy to do the scribing quest line, but I'm not happy. Well, I'm even happy to even farm the scripts, to be honest, but I feel they should be account wide. I used them all on one character. Like I had about 10 scripts. I used a whole lot on one character, and then I found out that they're not account wide, the scripts, which I think is wrong. So, you know, you've got to farm all the scribing quest line. Luckily, you don't have to do that on every character. You just have to do the initial quest, I think, and then you're all good to go. But as for the grimoires or whatever they're called, and the scripts, they all have to be farmed and bought for each character. So obviously you only want to put on the right scripts for the right characters basically. So, and I feel they should all just be account wide. But there you go. That's the way the cookie crumbles. So yeah, once I get the scripts I need, I'll whip a build together with them. I've got a couple of builds in mind. Yeah, that's it for me then, guys. Thank you to everyone that's tuned into the stream, and I will see you in the next streams to come.